into you. How you doing? Welcome to Johnny's Corner. Hey, YouTube, calm down. Simon and Garfunkel are actually dear friends of mine. I'm related to them. So just ask Simon. Just send a text. It's all good. So don't worry about this music playing. Now in a carriage you will ride, Willow. In a carriage you will ride, little Willow. You'll be played by the guy that was in that movie. Where's Leprechaun and he killed everyone? Work Davis, shout out. Now this movie is... Oh no, I'm not gonna sing all video. This movie, Willow. Oh my god, look at that. Isn't that great? Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look how happy Work Davis is to have a role. Now, you see those two sexy beings up there? Don't forget about the portal right there. Val Kilmer, and I can't remember her name, but they ended up getting married. Yeah, not married anymore, but they got married. Excuse me while I smoke some tobacco. I have to smoke tobacco because cigarettes have cost as much now that the inflation from Justin Trudeau has gotten insane. But anyways, Val Kilmer, Joanne Whaley, Warwick Davis, Billy Barty, Gene Marsh. Story by George Lucas himself. Directed by Ron Howard. James Horner did the music. Hold on right there. This whole video will be fucking deleted if I don't get off Simon and Garfunkel. I only have the rights for like a minute. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, so take a look at that again. Man, how cool is that? Hold on a second. It's a big storm out there today. I love it. Alright, so Willow. What a cool film. Man, I'm 36 years old, so this was like a serious children's film for me. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Warwick Davis, running around, little guy. You know, beyond to anyone, like, they do age. He was only 18 at the time. And now him and Carl Pilkington doing some good stuff. Ricky Gervais, and there's a good show on HBO with Warwick Davis. But that's not this. We're talking about this. We're talking about this film. So you got Val Kilmer, handsome devil. Some people say I kind of look like him. And yeah, great film. A lot of fantasy, swordplay, all that good stuff you like as a child. You know, you could reference this to like Neverending Story, that kind of feel. And it's just, this is what kids crave, man. I bought this shit as an adult, like after watching it a million times as a kid. You know, it really worked. And they were really ahead of their time with their special effects. They were morphing stuff, and that was all with special effects. And they had a lot of cool practical things. So I thought this movie was really ahead of its time, and it had that Star Wars feel, and it was so cool. George Lucas was on board the whole time. So pretty much Ron Howard and George Lucas had a nerd fucking year and just made this fucking really special movie. Check it out. Willow. I got this awesome RCA release. I like to put that on the shelf. I get the whole black on the shelf. But yeah, anyways, I got this on DVD. You gotta grab this shit. Willow. It's the best. And we're doing a live. We're doing live right now. Can you believe it? Oh my god, I'm wearing pink. All right. So since maybe we'll just do yeah, I think that's a good idea. We'll just we'll do the RCA releases, the red black stripe RCA releases. Ghostbusters. There's Bill Murray, and there is Ernie Hudson. There's other fucking guys, and Dan Aykroyd, and there's other guy who wrote this shit, and I can't remember his name, but he did Groundhog Day. Yeah. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Like, how cool is that? Look at that. That's the original. That shit, you saw that in the movie theater, or you never saw it at all? That was a poster. Look at that. Ghostbusters. Man, Sigourney Weaver. Oh, can't forget her. From Alien. All the aliens. But man, what Ramis? Yeah, Ramis. What was his name? Anyways, Ramis. He was the guy that wrote this. He wrote all those best comedies back in the day. He died young. Harold Ramis, I believe. And he's awesome, man. Like, shout outs to Harold Ramis, his family. What's his name? From fucking Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. I think he's in this. Rick Moranis, yeah. Man, Rick Moranis, someone beat him up like a couple years ago or something. And I thought that was insane. Like, and it was around that time where it was like, yeah, beat up all white people. Black Lives Matter. It's like, bro, I'll tell you right now, I'm not for Black Lives Matter. Like, the idea of it was good, but what it turned into was like murdering people, burning down businesses. And now I'm going to get political right here. I'm living in Canada, and we peacefully protested. We just didn't want stuff inside of us. Not me personally, but I speak for Canadians as well. And they've been thrown in jail. Maybe get 10 years in jail for being a terrorist. We have a Terrorist Measures Act going on down right now. Sounds like Klaus Schwab has taken over our country. And I have a lot of friends that are just going to leave the country now. They don't want to deal with it. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to leave the country. I'm going to fight for my rights. But I don't see this tyranny because no one's made me do anything I didn't want to do. So, you know, as long as you stay peaceful, stay peaceful. Don't be radical. You should be okay. I mean, we're from Canada. My grandparents died, and part of my family died in World War II in another land alone. Alone, no family with them. They died out there. We don't have all the answers. So Canada, like, if we're not going to fight for our freedoms and liberties, what are we? What did my family die for? What did your family die for? That stuff strikes me. So, I mean, sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better. So we'll see what happens in this world. But Ghostbusters, wow. Talk about the first one, man. I don't think they knew how crazy it was going to be. Because, like, this movie came out, it was like a satanic movie, but Bill Murray, they didn't know. They put a comedian in a movie. They didn't know what was going to happen. Dan Aykroyd, some Canadian guy, They couldn't get fucking, what's his name, Chevy Chase. But, whatever. They did this movie. It was a hit. It was hilarious. You watch that movie to this day, Bill Murray cracks me up, So, and then the writing by Ramis is amazing. Harold Ramis. Sigourney Weaver's the babe somehow. That was interesting. She was hot, but like she's like that nerd hot. So it worked well in this. And then you got Dan Aykroyd, hilarity. Ernie Hudson, who was not getting paid shit at the time. He's living in a fucking bungalow somewhere, and like all of a sudden this movie comes out. He hasn't even got a paycheck for it yet, and there's like 300,000 people, maybe 300, outside his house. Like, ah! He's like, yo, just what the fuck? He's like, man, I gotta go to work. I need to sleep. I need a couple more hours of sleep. Like, and then come fucking harass me. I didn't expect this. And like, you can ask him yourself. Like, that's pretty much the case. Man. I know what it's like, man. You're trying to sleep. You need your solitude. Even if I became famous, you wouldn't be able to find me. So that's always good. But you need to be feeling good. But anyways, Ghostbusters, really cool movie. We'll get into it a little bit. The slime, the ooze, kind of like turtle ooze. Um, really creepy. Even with the CGI, I don't know how they did it, but it was still gritty. It had that street trash feel. Um, you got Rick Moranis fucking getting all horny. That was scary. That was fucking terrifying, even though I love the guy. But fuck. He's got his fucking leg hanging out here. You don't want to see Rick Moranis' hairy leg in his prepubescent times. That's like looking at my leg right now. You don't want me to pull this up. No one wants to see that. From here, you can see it's not gonna be good. But you got Rick Moranis' fucking leg. I just got laid because this demon is inside Sigourney Weaver, right? But really good. Okay, so after this movie, I believe, or movies that followed, they had to get rid of that super slime that was like super slippery because it was people were cracking their skulls. It's like people like went into comas, got some bad shit. That super slick slime shit was deleted. I forget what the name is, but they got rid of it as banned, and you need the special license to use it. And I don't even think you can get that. But yeah, the super slime they used to use back in the days in the 80s movies and 90s, illegal after Ghostbusters. So, anyways, we'll do one more. Ghostbusters, fucking awesome. Hey, give me $200 and you can have that. I'm just kidding. But one day you guys are going to have to give me donations because I don't want to work with the rest of my life. I want to talk about movies with you. All right? All right, this is a classic. Probably not a lot of you have heard of it. Real Genius with Val Kilmer. Look at that. Look at him. Fucking hilarious. Do this one real quick. But, got a sneeze coming on. But this movie, so funny. Kind of cool. Alright. It's about this young kid. A lot of young kids. And they're in like the best, most prestigious science school in North America. You'd say America, at least, USA. And, this one kid, he's super smart and super young, and he's like the new fucking genius on the block. And I'm sure there's been many geniuses before, but this kid is like 15 or 16 to 18, but he's so young and he's a genius. Okay, so it's pretty much from his perspective, and he's in this movie. So, I mean, the character's in the movie. And so this kid goes to college very early, and his roommate is like nobody for some reason. So he has like this room, and there's two beds, but there's no one, he never sees his roommate. And then he's, doing his courses, but he's a super genius. And there's all these frat parties going on. And this is what like college should have been about, man. It was the 80s. You should have just marked it off the 80s. If you want to have a good college experience, do this shit. So these geniuses, you got Val Kilmer running around doing science experiments, creating ice in the middle of the fucking dormitory, and people are sliding from their room to room. Like, it's amazing. And they're working with lasers, and eventually the kid wakes up one night in his dorm. I'm pretty sure he's gotten laid at this point. And someone's in his room, and someone walked through his room, and he went into the closet, and then the kid was like, "What the fuck?" and opened the closet, and no one was there. And he was like, "What the hell happened?" And it's just so strange, and that really struck with me as a kid. So you're like, "What the fuck?" And you got like really good character actors, like those. You got this. Oh my god! Don't even take my word for it. Look into this movie, Real Genius. It looks so cheesy, but watch it and learn and enjoy it. And yeah, they find out later that in the closet there's like a secret compartment, and there's a fucking guy living down there, and he's been there 9 years, and he's a student somehow, and he's been working down there, and he's even more genius than this little kid. But check it out, and at the end, there's always room for popcorn. We'll see you later, Johnny's Corner. Good to see you. We'll catch up next time. Ciao for now. Ciao.